Hello BookTube and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming to you with my fourth book haul for 2017. Yes, fourth book haul. I only bought 11 books over the last 2 weeks, so that's like less than a book a day. That's pretty gosh darn good if you ask me. But again, as you guys know, 90% of what I buy is on sale or a deal, so it's not like I'm spending a ton of money. So anyway, let's jump in and get started. So the first books I'm going to talk about, I bought them all on Amazon. These were all probably, I can't remember absolutely, but I'm sure that they were all deals at some point, whether they were a daily deal or just a deal that I came across on the Kindle. So we're going to start off with, the good stuff. First book that I bought by Heather Graham. It's called Deadly Night. This is the first book in the Flynn Brothers trilogy. This is a book I've actually read twice. I read it originally when it first came out in paperback, and then I listened to it 2 years ago on audio. So I do own the audiobook of this. This was, I think, actually a daily deal, and when I saw it, I immediately grabbed it because I didn't own a copy for my Kindle, and I do want to reread this. I only listened to the first one. I read the entire series when it first came out, and then when I got it on audio, I only ever grabbed this one on audio, and it was okay. It was narrated by a guy, which was a little weird, especially when it came to some of the adult situation scenes. Yeah, it was awkward to say the least. But it's a really, really great series. It's essentially about three brothers, the Flynn brothers, and each brother gets a different story, and it's very paranormal. This one takes place in New Orleans, which is a very favorite location for Heather Graham to write about, and it takes place not long after Katrina, and it's about a haunted mansion, essentially. It was really, really good, and I would really like to get through and reread this trilogy again because I really enjoyed it. So I will definitely be keeping my eyes open for books number 2 and 3. So this next book that I bought is called Grayson, and it's by Dolores Fawson. It is the first book in the Lawmen of Silver Creek Ranch book. This was a daily deal. It was only 99 cents. It is a Harlequin intrigue. You know how much I love my category romance. There is a lot of it in this book haul, fair warning. And it's funny because I wrote down what all the books were about. Like, I kind of did a copy and paste of the information on Goodreads. And when I read what this was about, I looked over my head, like just now as I was filming. I'm going to cut it out, obviously, so you guys don't see it. But yeah, essentially what this book is about is that he's a sheriff, and his ex-girlfriend comes back to town to talk to him, or to talk him into being her baby daddy. She's looking for somebody to get her pregnant. Yeah. Let's be honest, a lot of these can be really campy and silly, and I think this is going to be one of them. But it was 99 cents. It was an intrigue novel. It's going to be a fun read irregardless. Next up is book 2 in the Cupid's Coffee Shop series, Cupid's Kiss, which is the February book. I will be reading this one this month. These are just little novellas. There's 12 of them. If you missed my January wrap-up, or TBR, I read the first book in January called Java Frost. I believe this was just a little over $1. It's only like a 60-page novella, but there's 12 of them, one for each month of the year, and they were all published in 2016. So I'm really looking forward to getting to this one. Like I said, it's just a short, quick little read, so I'll probably read it over a couple nights before bed, over the next few days. But I'm really looking forward to getting to this one because the first one was really adorably cute. Next up is yet another book of a woman looking for a baby daddy, and this is The Best Laid Plans by Sarah Mayberry. I remember when this book was originally published because the cover just drew me in. It's such a well-designed cover. I think it's gorgeous. That red umbrella just jumps out. Now, the first thing, though, that I think of now that I see this is this very much reminds me of How I Met Your Mother, with the whole plot line of the yellow umbrella, for those of you who might have watched the show. But yeah, essentially this is a woman whose biological clock is ticking, and she's looking for a guy, and she meets this guy, the guy she's sharing the umbrella with. And my assumption is she probably ends up sharing a lot more than that with him, but we will find out when we read the book. No, I am really looking forward to this one. Sarah Mayberry is a really, really great category romance author. She's written a lot of books for Harlequin, and I am very much looking forward to this one. So for those of you who might have watched my March pre-orders, I talked about the third book in the Fusion series. Well, this came up on a daily deal sometime in the last week or so, and it is the second book in the Fusion series. So now all I need to get is the first one. And this is called Close to You by Kristen Proby. A very sexy times cover right there. He is a former Navy pilot, and she is the girl next door. And he has, I guess, left the Navy and is back in town to run his family's construction business. and romance goes from there. So this one will be really, really cute, I'm sure. Like I said, I still do need to get the very first book in the series so I can start reading these. But, you know, again, and I think I said in that video that I'm just going to wait until these pop up, you know, for like a deal and then grab them then. And lo and behold, like 2 days later, this one did. So yeah, pretty lucky. I'm really excited to get to this one. Next up, we have a Silhouette Desire book. This is an older one from 2009, back before they got rid of Silhouette and put everything under the Harlequin banner. This is called An Officer and a Millionaire, and it's by Maureen Child. It is part of the Man of the Month series that they used to do with the Desire, that every month they pick one Desire book and have him be like the Man of the Month. So this is essentially another one that is about he's in the military, and he comes home to find some woman sleeping in his bed that he has no idea who she is. Well, supposedly she's been masquerading for the last year as his wife. So I'm sure sparks are going to fly from there. It'll probably be a really quick and fun read. And another Silhouette Desire novel. This is Blackmailed into a Fake Engagement. And this is by Leanne Banks. This is the first book in the Hudsons of Beverly Hills series. That's a really pretty cover. I love her dress that she's wearing in that cover. Essentially, I'm assuming this is about some sort of Hollywood family and, you know, kind of their dynasty. What was this one about? Oh, he's a former actress, or she's a former actress, and he's a Hollywood bigwig. So, should be interesting. Again, I love the cover, and I am trying to get a lot of the older Harlequin and Silhouette novels, and when I say older, I mean from like 2009, 2010, because I really, really did like them back then. That's when I really first got into them. And not that I read a lot of them, so, and there are so many of them published. Like, there's like 50 of these books published every month. There's no way you could possibly ever read them all, but it's really, really fun to go back and pick up some older ones because they're relatively inexpensive. They're a little around $3 on the Harlequin website. Oh, and before I go on, I want to mention all these last books I'm talking about, all the Harlequins and Silhouette books. On Thursday that just passed, prior to me filming this video, Harlequin on Fridays does a buy 3 books, get 1 free. So essentially 4 books for the price of 3. But on Thursday and Friday of this last week, they were offering buy 2, get 1 free. So I immediately got the deal, and that's why I've got 6 of these Harlequin books. I used the coupon twice. But still, it was under $20, I think, in total, and I got 6 new books. That's pretty good. So the next one is a Harlequin romance novel, and this is called Promoted, Secretary to Bride, by Jenny Adams. That is quite the promotion, if you ask me. So there's the cover. Again, this is a Harlequin. These books are usually like under 200 pages, and they're a really, really quick, fun read. Sometimes they're a little left from center because some of the stuff is just so outlandish, but they are still such a fun and quick read, and I absolutely love them. Next up is actually a Harlequin romance novel, and I really love this cover. It almost looks like an oil painting of some kind. It's called The Viscount Claims His Bride. This is by Bronwyn Scott. So there's the cover. Isn't that gorgeous? It is a Regency historical romance about a Viscount, and he's claiming his bride. Again, I'm trying to pick out some of the older ones, so I do like the older historicals. Regencies aren't generally my favorite, but I thought I'd give this one a try because I know she's a really good author. The next book is a love-inspired suspense novel. It is called Flashover by Dana Mentick. This is essentially about someone investigating some arson fires, and they have their old friend from high school helping them, or she's actually the firefighter and he's a computer expert. So the two of them are trying to find out who is responsible for these arson fires. So this one should be good. Again, these love-inspired are actually Christian romance novels, and this is, of course, the suspense one, so there's a little element of danger in these books. And last but not least, another Silhouette Desire novel. This is the COO Must Marry. I mean, these are some of the best titles, you know what I mean? And this is by Maxine Sullivan. Again, like, look at her dress. Isn't that gorgeous? So, COO, that's Chief Operating Officer. I think this whole thing is that in order to inherit his father's company, he has to marry. And the father has actually picked his bride. And it's a girl that he dated in high school, I think. So this one should be a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So anyway, guys, that is it for the book haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below if you've read any of these books, if you're interested in any of these books. Yeah, I really do love doing these these hauls, even showing you guys the Harlequins, because nobody on BookTube that I'm aware of, other than the Romance Queen of BookTube. She's the only one I ever see who mentions Harlequin novels. Oh, and Christine, she shows off them too. So I'm not the only one. So there are some of us, but I don't think they're mentioned nearly enough because, like I said in this video, there's like 50 of these published every month. We can't be the only ones reading them. You know, I think there is such a stigma attached to them, and there shouldn't be because they are a lot of fun. Yeah, they are brain candy books, but they're still enjoyable and you're still reading. You know, don't knock it till you've tried it. So anyway, guys, like I said, I hope you did enjoy this video, and I will see you in my next one. Take care and happy reading, everybody. Bye.